Victoria Arnstein.
Hey guys, how are you? Oh, it's so nice to be here. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
All right. You guys look very single, are you?
So, I'm married.
Married? You might relate to me, you might not. I don't know. How are you guys doing over here, huh? Yeah? What's your name? What? Quan? Ooh,
He
that's...
speaks sign language.
Oh, he does? That's an international language of love, right? Oh, you Portuguese too? Okay, I'm getting wet. Listen. Okay, first of all, I just want to know, you like my jacket? I'm flashy, but I'm not trashy. I'm actually celebrating, what's that? Glittering in gold. Not all that glitters is not gold, but it's okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to go on with him later. Listen. We're dating now. I'm actually celebrating. I just got back from a Comedy World Tour, guys. Thank you. I can't tell you how much fun it was to go to all the different countries, tell jokes at Epcot Center. I love it. I am not comedy famous in the world, but I'm New York comedy famous. People just come right up to you, right? I was at a restaurant and people came right up to me, and this woman, she's just like, "Oh my God, I know you. You're so funny. You're hilarious." I said, "Thank you." She goes, "I saw you telling off that manager at Walgreens." But I was hilarious. I'll be at CBS next week at 7. I know I look like every bitch who's ever complained to a manager. I know. I get it all the time. I don't do that. I go straight to the regional supervisor. Way more effective, I don't want to be famous. To me, it's a curse, Like if I die, when I die, they're gonna have somebody play me in a movie, like that horrible-looking actress Margot Robbie. Oh, it'd be a nightmare. I can't take that risk, sir. I can't crack you. You don't look like you laughed. Anyway, I have 3 kids. I have a son and 2 daughters, and thank you. The reason I know that is because they told me their gender. That's nice of them, right? You never know them until they're 18. One of my daughters moved to LA. When she was 17, she's now 22. She moved to Hollywood. She's an actress. Maybe you've seen her in absolutely nothing. Living the dream. She goes to all these support groups there, you know what I mean? Like self-love and positivity, children of divorce. I'm still married to her father. She's like, "Could you get divorced? I'm the only one in that group." She's very confrontational, The other day online, somebody was arguing with her. She's arguing back. The comment was, they told her, "You're nothing but a white, pretentious, spoiled bitch." Oh, I know. She wrote back. She said, "Mom, stop writing on my page." I got a lot of likes and followers, It was worth it. And her father put all these laughing emojis, and she's like, she blocked us all. Now she identifies as an orphan. Which is great, because now we don't have to put her in our will. Pretty good deal. They say do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life, right? So I got married and I do my husband. It's accurate. We're still a thing, Quan. Don't worry. Alright, some swinger thing. He's like, "Could you go out with someone else and come home and have sex with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, they would have just paid for my date." But the truth of the matter is, it's the best career move I ever made. Where he goes to work and I don't. I love it. I don't know. I can't. All I have to do to stay married is have sex. Sometimes. Not even all the time. My bills are still paid. What a deal, huh? Yeah. Oh man, I love it. We actually just celebrated a 25-year wedding anniversary. Thank you. It was such a special anniversary. Quan, my husband took me to this supermarket, and it wasn't just any supermarket. It was Whole Foods. I'm pushing it, yeah. I like to save my husband some money now. Like every time I want to turn him on, I just whisper in his ear, like, "I did my own nails." I did my own hair. I'm saving you so much money. But I also like to save money. So like the other day, out of nowhere, he says to me, we're laying around in bed casually, and he says, I would love an adventure. I want to go skydiving all over the world. I love the element of surprise and the adrenaline rush. So I pushed him off the bed. I handled everything. It was free. We didn't have to leave the house. Huh? Best life ever! He also loves a challenge, so I made up this new game called Eeny, Meeny, Money, Mo. That's where I empty all our bank accounts and make him guess where that money is. I love that game. It's always my bank account one. Always. I have a friend. She's a whore. Do you know her? She's actually a prostitute. That's how I wrote. That's where they get paid.
Oh,
Yeah, she gets paid. Yeah. No, every man takes her for dinner, and then they pay for dinner, and then they have sex. That's a prostitute, right, ladies? Right? Yeah, escort, whatever. I'm not even putting her down. I'm actually really jealous because I'm married and I only have one client. My husband. And business is slow. My husband's addicted to makeup sex, like where we have a fight and he comes right up to me afterwards and wants to have sex. I used to give in to that shit all the time, and I'm like, no, next time I'm charging you. Next time you get near, you're going to have to swipe a credit card through it. Lately it's been declining. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Let me hear it from the feminists. Let me hear it. Anybody here a feminist? I usually get a guy that's a feminist. Don't be shy. You can get ladies right here. They're only for me. No, I hate feminists. They're fucking on my shit. I'm not gonna lie. My husband's starting to think we're equal now. I'm so much more superior than he is. I know. Like lately, he's been asking me to do this horrible thing called work. Like a day job. I do stand up for 10 minutes a night. Because that doesn't do anything. I said, oh really? I asked you what I was good at. You said I was great at complaining and I don't shut the fuck up. I nailed it! I said, you really feel like that? He goes, yeah, I feel like all day, every day, all I do is work for you. I said, oh my God, honey, you're right, you do work for me. Who said you go talk to me this long? Break time's over. We don't have a prenup. Get back to work. Oh, a millennial came up to me after the show once and she said, oh, don't you want to work and make your own money? I said, no, I want my husband to work and make my own money. She goes, don't you want to contribute to the world? I said, what do you do? She goes, I'm a cake decorator. I said, oh, so you contribute to obesity and diabetes? Well, I got 3 kids in the bath at the same time and no one died. Do you know how hard that is when they're screaming, Ma, don't drown me, don't drown me. Or when I'm fixing a martini, I'm drinking, I'm texting, I'm driving, back home to check on them. You finally laughed, I like that. He likes the killing the kids joke. I hate kids. Not everyone, it's just mine, Very clingy and expensive. I have to pay for everything with the money my husband gives me. Oh, when they were little, I had to pay for their food. I know, I had to pay for their violin lessons. I had to pay other children to play with them. I'm kidding, they didn't play violin. I'm not a monster. My friends give me such a hard time because I give my kids an eating disorder, to save money. It's a good tip. Not the kind of eating disorder where they throw up their food. I'm a Jewish mother. So don't kill me. It's not my fault. I'm a Jewish mother. I would never do that. That's a waste of food and money. The kind where I tell them they're fat, and over time they don't eat dinner, and there's a Porsche out there with my name on it. It's not going to buy itself, all right? When my youngest was 11 years old, she was such a pain in my ass because she still lived with us, Yeah, she gets it. She walked in on her father and I having sex. That's a true story.
Wow.
I know. I said, don't you knock? She goes, you're in the kitchen! What are you doing in the kitchen? I thought I gave you that eating disorder. Then I had to have that long awkward talk with her, the one where I had to tell her she had to move out. She's doing okay though. She's actually school president, guys. Give it up for my daughter. Ooh, thank you. She was homeschooled, but that's okay. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't know. I told her, why watch this documentary. It's like a week long about Benjamin Franklin. I hear he's a genius. She comes running back to me after 5 minutes. She goes, Mom, Benjamin Franklin paid women to have sex with him. I go, oh my God, he was a genius. See how ugly he was? He had to be. Plus, that's how the $100 bill was invented, because he was sick of paying those hookers with 50s. Look it up, it's a true story. I put that under finance and history. 2 words, huh? Oh, she's getting woke though. I don't know. I know. Thank you. I can't stand it either. I don't know what to do with it. The other day, I was teaching her. Don't worry, watch this. I said, the other day I was teaching her that the tiger shark is the most vicious in the ocean, second to the great white. She whispered in my ear, great white, that's racist. I lost my shit. I said, shut the fuck up, you loser, bitch! And I had to explain to everyone sitting in the waiting room what happened at the pediatrics. Because she whispered, and I know, that's not sneaky. I explained to everybody sitting there, I said, I'm sorry, I'm trying to teach my daughter and empowering her how to talk to people like me. And I think they all agreed that teaching came very naturally to me. Because child services doesn't stop calling me. I like to sell my husband's things on Craigslist, to make money. I was selling his ladder, it was shiny and new, it was $250. I was selling it for a $50 bargain. A bargain! It's always this one guy. I'll give you $40 for that ladder. And then he writes, that's all the money I have. I said, what? You're a grown man, you only have $40? You only have 2 $20 bills? You only have 2 Andrew Jacksons? You only have $40? And you're buying a ladder? I said, okay, I'll give you that ladder for $40. And I'll throw my husband's rope in for free, huh? That's a suicide job, yeah? All right, thank you. What's with all these, all right, let's bring up the mood. Cancer's hard to live with, right? The zodiac sign, huh? Who gives you Cancer? Yeah? All right, you're hard to live with. All right, No, it's a zodiac, it's a crab. It's the most protective of their mate. I can say this because I used to date a guy that was a Cancer. And he was up my ass. He was so jealous. But the worst part about him was that he hated that I had a husband. So what am I going to do? I know. They have these cliches now, like, oh my God, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. I'm like, really? So I went over to a homeless guy. I'm like, I thought about giving you money. So, like that? They have warning labels on everything? I think it's for the lawyers. I think it's for lawyers, right? Because I had a curling iron. It said for external use only. What had to happen? Could you imagine even how that even went in the emergency room?
Yeah.
The doctor's like, what hole did you put this in? You turned it on? I know, that's funny. So there's no easy way to say this. My husband only eats fruits and vegetables. That's it, raw fruits and vegetables. I know some people think that's crazy, but there are others that do this. Some people call them monkeys. But we have a vine in our house. He goes from room to room. So what happened was with him was that we like to prank each other. Like I like to tell him in my 50s that I'm pregnant with triplets. And he believes it every time. I don't understand it. And then, you know what he said? Like he was going to the airport and a long trip, and we had a huge fight, and I was in the back seat of the car, and I popped up in the middle of nowhere in the rearview mirror. I like to prank him, but he got me so good. I was on my stationary bike, and I was watching TV, and all of a sudden I hear knocking at the door. He went to the Boston Marathon. He runs marathons. He's knocking on the door. 6 guys. FBI. I go, holy shit. My husband hired strippers. How am I going to top this? There's a camera around. I don't know if he's watching me. I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden, I go, oh my God, you're the FBI. Where's your husband? I go, I don't know, you're the FBI. Why don't you tell me where my husband is? I go, nice guns. They're like, stay away from the guns, ma'am. I'm like, okay, is that code for I'm going to strip now? They go, call your husband on speaker. I go, okay. I go, it's the FBI, honey. And he's like, what did you do now? I'm like, what? He goes, no, really, what happened? I go, this is real? No. This is a true story. What happened was, he ended up, he had a software company, and it was, he hired an Indian guy, and then he fired him. And this guy wanted to take revenge on my husband for firing him. So what did he do? He put 10,000 Yelp reviews a day, bad, horrible websites against the company, and then he ended up taking it down, and it had the judge's name on it, right? That's considered forgery. So we went to court, and our lawyer was like Joe Pesci from the fucking My Cousin Billy. So he gets up and he goes, Your Honor. I go, Your Honor, we lost! We lost the case from Your Honor! What is this bullshit from a Brooklyn accent? So now he ends up in jail for 9 months. My husband ended up in jail for 9 months. The thing is, he was only supposed to go for 3, but he liked it so much. He doesn't like me very much. And you know what? The good news is that now I have the company. I own it myself. When he went to jail, it was like only Camp Cupcake, but it's okay, you know. And now I'm partners with the Indian guy. Because he was so good at organizing. All right, guys, thank you so much. Give it up for Mr.